What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for stopping in. I picked up some new bilstein shocks and some PPE tie rods for the Duramax, and we're going to be installing them today. So let's take a look at them. So these are the shocks for the front. That's the part number there. Those are just for the front, and they are either for a stock or leveled truck up to 2.5 inches. And then we got some beefy PPE tie rods. Those things are massive. They're very heavy too. And I don't know if I have a part number on that. So that's the part number for those. So I got the truck jacked up and on jack stands. And here to get the shocks off, we got a 3/4 nut on the top, and then another 3/4 nut right in here, so you can hold the shock from spinning when you're trying to take that nut off. And then on the bottom side, you got this nut and bolt on the bottom here that you'll take off, knock the bolt through, and the shock will come right out. So we got the old shock out. We got our new shock here, and then we got our hardware. And the hardware, the nut on with the new shock is a 17 instead of a 3/4. But this bushing, you got two bushings here. The one with the sleeve in it, I put on first, and then the one without the sleeve, I like to put on the top after you slip the shock in. So you put this on the shock first. You take the whole shock and you slide it up in this hole here, put the top bushing on, put the nut on the top, and tighten it up, and you're good to go. All right, so the shocks are all done. All tight up here, all tight down here. Pretty simple process. That's all it is the nut up top and the nut and bolt on the bottom, and you're good to go. All right, so I already got this tie rod off, but you can see the difference in the size between the two of those. It's a big difference in the size of the shaft of the tie rod here. But even here looks beefier, you know, between that and that. So this nut is 13/16. There's no cotter pin in it or anything. And then you just take the hammer to the side of the knuckle, and it'll pop right out after you get that nut loose. And then this side is a 1 7/16 inches or a 36 millimeter, but I actually didn't have either of those sizes. So I used an adjustable, which is, I know, not the way you're supposed to do things, but it worked. So I had an adjustable that went up to 1.5 inches and got that off. But now we're gonna put on the PPE tie rods, get that in there, and won't have to worry about those bending at all. Okay, so what I just did is I took these two Zerk fittings and lined them up pretty center, and then I backed out these threads until these two surfaces, so this surface here and here, line up pretty well together, so that when I go to put the tie rod on, it's pretty close to the length that the old one when it came off. So the alignment shouldn't be off very much. All right, got both tie rods in, tightened up on this side, got the jam nut tight. Same thing on the other side, got it all tightened up. Huge difference between the stock ones and these ones. These are way beefier. All right, so it's a new day. I got the shocks on the tie rods installed. And then I had it jacked up, and I was checking the play and noticed that the upper ball joints were pretty loose. So I went and picked up just some factory upper control arms and installed those, and I was running around to a couple different part stores to pick those up. They had, you know, one at one part store and the other one at a different one. So, and I was getting frustrated with it, so I didn't film any of it, but they're in. And then I took it to get aligned, so we're aligned now. And in that same process, when I had it jacked up and I was doing the control arms, I actually cranked up the torsion bolts on the front, so it's sitting level now. And I actually have a lot more adjustment in the torsion bolts too, and it sits pretty level, so I'm happy with that. And soon here we're going to be getting some new tires, because as you can see, these suckers are bald. So, yeah. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions or comments about any of the parts that I installed today, leave them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, like the content, hit that like button. And if you want to see more on this truck, I got a lot coming up. So subscribe, and thank you guys, and I'll see you later.